Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. Diddy, as of late, turned on Jay Z and informed the federal authorities about his contribution to his dealing organization. Apparently, he might go to prison sooner than we had expected. Nonetheless, Jay Z is now invalidating the allegations, and rumors from far and wide suggest that he has gathered the top legitimate group since he expects the approaching occasions. It appears that during the latest strike, the government specialists found an extraordinary amount of proof against Diddy. Thus, they agreed with him to give the personalities of a portion of the people associated with trade a lighter sentence. So what is truly going to happen to Jay Z? Make certain to stay close by until the end for all relevant information. Normally, as you would expect, Jay Z beat that run down. Presently, some of you might be shocked by this, provided Jay has Z's exterior of being a fruitful money manager. Be that as it may, for those of you who don't have the foggiest idea, Jay is far and away more terrible than Diddy. He's simply more determined in his exercises. Someone who has been vocal about Jay Z in the past is Jaguar Wright. I think everyone who knows Sean Carter knows. He will ditch anyone in any relationship for $1. Take a gander at how he stooped. I don't care a whole lot if you have any desire to move away from your home or if you need to move away from your accomplice. In any case, to do it in the manner in which he made it happen. This malignant. Indeed, perhaps that was on the grounds that he was a young lady who didn't need you. Goodness, let the congregation say so be it. I don't have the foggiest idea. Perhaps that is the reason. Perhaps that is the reason you moved his butt around and out of Rockefeller so intensely, and afterward moved directly over the Def Jam. There are a couple of additional questionable exercises that Jay has participated in during this time that show he is close to being detained. One such movement was the ruthless association he had with Charming. Earthy-colored when she was only 15 years old and he was moving toward 30 now. Notwithstanding the way that Jay was, without a doubt, pulled for rottenness at the ideal opportunity for this relationship, he supposedly convinced her to date him totally by offering her a Hollywood vocation. Uncover someone that we, as a whole, disregard. You all see this image of Jay Z with Alive when she was underage? I overlooked Jay. We just realized Damon Runn was meddling with Aaliyah. Furthermore, and Kelly. Yet, that ain't the one in particular that Jay had when she was underage. Better believe it, I recall Charming Brown. Furthermore, Jay ain't no lady like the one I got. As though dating a 15-year-old wasn't sufficiently upsetting, Charming later became pregnant, and he supposedly constrained her to dispose of it. He purportedly gave her a lot of cash to stay quiet about the pregnancy, and he discreetly repudiated her from the business. Lady Runn, Jay's previous dearest companion, was then welcome to spill some tea about what really unfolded with Charming and Jay during a meeting with Scratch. However, he declined and guaranteed that in the event that you have any inquiries concerning Jay and Saucy's relationship, we ought to ask Jay himself. The lady's reaction to this was fairly telling. You know, don't avoid the real issue. Express whatever you might be thinking. What exactly do you mean by that inquiry? I was recently asked, what are you suggesting? I'm not hinting. I just posed the inquiry. I simply needed to be aware. Kenyatta. Kenyatta? I'm simply inquiring as to why you bring that up. What has been going on with Saucy Brown? I don't have any acquaintance with you. What are you talking about? I'm not. Goodness, you're the inquiry. I'm posing the inquiry. Might it be said that you are raising something? Yet, it ain't to me. I'm simply posing the inquiry. I don't have the foggiest idea. I am Cousin Bennett, and I ain't. Be that as it may, he didn't keep quiet when it came to revealing the subtleties of Jay's relationship with Aaliyah. He guaranteed that Jay was relentlessly asking Aaliyah to his gatherings with the end goal of prevailing over her in his mind. We had a similar clerk, and I strolled past, and it resembled each time I saw her, she appeared to be unique. So she had various looks like clockwork. Also, I was like, who the fuck is that? And afterward, I understood it was Alicia. Then I just tossed my A. And afterward, I surmised Jay was attempting to escape also, and I didn't have the foggiest idea. And afterward, like, It got raised and I was like, fuck both of you all. Furthermore, yet it never turned out for them. Also, we were both attempting to escape her. I sort of backed off, however. At that point, we ran into one another. It's a boring tale. He added that he and Jay had quit being companions since he understood Jay would remain determined to acquire power, regardless of whether it implied imperiling the professions of clueless young ladies and spending time with hunters in the business. Jay, all things considered, was one of R. Kelly's most vocal allies, even after it was uncovered that he had dated and hitched Aaliyah before she was 16. Truth be told, after Aaliyah's grievous plane accident, there were tales that her passing was a penance that a few elites had arranged. This was apparently affirmed when it was uncovered that she shouldn't have been on that plane at all that day. However, she had been given a narcotic despite her desire to the contrary, and when she went oblivious, they put her inside. Jay even ventured to such an extreme as to boldly deliver a joint collection with R. Kelly to ensure everybody realized he had Kelly's side. In any case, things deteriorate on the grounds that reports have it that Beyoncé is another of Jay's casualties. After effectively demolishing Charming's vocation and apparently supporting Elliot's destruction, Jay required one more naive young lady to deceive, so he put his focus on. Beyoncé was somewhere around 18 at that point. In a meeting that had since been taken off the web because of the negative reaction it got. Jay recognized that he initially met Beyoncé when she was 16, yet he didn't seek a relationship with her until she was 18. This generally makes sense of why Beyoncé is so fixated on Jay and couldn't force herself to say a final farewell to him, even after he went behind her back with somebody. You can cherish someone else. What's more, in the event that you haven't encountered love and you don't comprehend it and you don't have the devices to push ahead, then you will have complexities, period. What's more, on the off chance that you can either address it or imagine until it explodes sooner or later. Furthermore, for our purposes, we decided to battle for our adoration, for our family, to give our children an alternate result. Obviously, to break that cycle for people of color and ladies, to see an alternate result, similar to what you were saying. Before we go any further into the video, what are your folks' legitimate considerations on this whole circumstance? Is it looking likely Jay Z will get the same treatment Diddy is getting, and in the long run, end up in prison because of his supposed past violations? Or on the other hand, will he keep pulling it off? Remark down underneath. Since the new news that Jay Z is logically involved, fans have been offering their viewpoints on the circumstances with posts like, "Ha ha 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 ha." At last, the destruction of Jay Z Beyoncé. Assuming this is valid, Beyoncé needs to be captured. Likewise, Jay Z. Be cautious about what you did previously. It's going to make up for lost time for someone who is frantic in the hip-hop world, which is why when things begin to go downhill for Jay Z, don't figure he will not in a split second change around on everybody from quite a while ago and drag them down with him, very much like Diddy is doing. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.